Hey friends, Kendra here. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you're new here, again, my name is Kendra and I do lifestyle, beauty, fashion, and some travel videos for you guys. So if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, ring my bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. So you guys, today's video is all about the last 5 months of my lock journey. As of March the 8th, we have officially hit 5 months locked. Alright, there's a couple of changes that I want to tell you guys about, but in this video I'm going to be answering some of the most commonly asked questions across my social media. So you guys, without further ado, if you're interested and you want to hear all the juicy details about my Microlocs journey, keep on watching. If you are new here, if this is one of your first videos that you've ever watched of me, then I would suggest that you click the card right above here, because it's a playlist to my full lock journey from when I first started all the way up until now. Alright you guys, so let's start off with a little bit of background information for those of you that are new. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, girl. It's free, it don't cost you nothing, and by the way, make sure you wash your damn hands, okay? So you guys, a little bit of background information about my journey. So I established my locks on October the 8th, 2019. I started my locks with 2-strand twists, and then I started interlocking to keep up the maintenance. I started with the 4-point rotation, and it took me about 20 hours to install my locks. So initially it took me 2 sittings of 7 hours apiece, so a total of 14 hours. However, I did go back in and I split some of my locks in half because I felt like some of them were too big. So I would say approximately 20 hours to install all 576 twists in my head, okay? Microlocs in my head. So that is pretty much it, you guys. I have done a total of 5 reties so far. Yes, a total of 5 reties, so 4 or 5, I really can't remember. I want to say it's 5 because I'm trying to keep up with the month thing, but then again, I've been going a little longer than 4 weeks out to do my reties, so it could be 4. I don't know, but yeah. So you guys, so the maintenance has really been stress-free for the most part, except for when it comes to doing the reties, of course. So that is pretty much all of the background information about my locks. If I missed something, it will definitely be up in that playlist there, I'm pretty sure. Or if you check out my Instagram at Kendra Kenshay, I have multiple story highlights on my profile from when I first started my Microlocs. It goes into even more details than what you'll see on my YouTube channel. It goes into how I parted my hair, so on and so forth. So from when I first started my Microlocs journey all the way up until the 5th month, which is now. Alright, so let's get into these frequently asked questions, and I pulled these from across my social media. They're the questions that I get asked the most across my social media, so let's jump into it. So I have the questions written on the notes in my phone so that I won't get off track. I'll try not to make the answer super long, but if I need to explain something, I'm going to give you guys details. Alright, so the first question is, what made you decide to get Microlocs? This is a pretty easy question for me to answer. I've always loved locks, okay? Years and years and years ago, I have photos in my phone saved from where I was saving locks because I thought they were cute. I loved the look of them. So I've always loved the look of locks and how carefree they are and how low maintenance they are. And I always told myself, you know, when you're done with your hair, it's something that you would really consider. Anyway, one night I was scrolling on YouTube, and in my suggested videos, there was a video because I had been searching lock videos. In my suggested videos, there was a video from a young lady named Just Adria, alright, and the video thumbnail had this beautiful photo of a taper cut that was actually sister locked. So when I saw that photo, I was like, yo, this is so gorgeous, because of course I had a taper back then, so my hair was just as short, maybe a little longer, but for the most part, you know, I had the tapered side. So it really gave me some excitement to know that my hair could do that at its taper state. Okay, so you know what I did? That same night I got out of bed, I came into my filming room and I started 2-strand twisting my hair. Didn't have a plan, didn't do no research on parting, didn't really do any type of research on what I was going to do, how I was going to maintain it. The only reason why I decided to start off with the 2-strand twist is because I wanted to see how I could handle the 2-strand twist. So I told myself that, okay, you can just maintain them as though they're sister locks to see if you can really handle this lock journey. Girl, 2 weeks into those 2-strand twists, actually 1 weekend, I had made up my mind that I was gonna lock my hair. So I knew that the next step would be for me to interlock my hair to get the process really going. So you guys, it's a combination of seeing that picture of Just Adria, loving locks for years and years and years, and then coming to the realization that I've done everything I wanted to do with my hair. What's next? You know, I've cut it, I've dyed it, I've fried it, I've laid it to the side. What's next? So I was just like, you know what? Why not? Why not? And lastly, what I'm realizing now is that my lifestyle, because I'm a business owner and I like to focus a lot of my attention on my business, it is so much easier to be able to wake up, spritz some water, shake your hair, and go. So for the lifestyle that I'm leading right now with owning a business, I love the fact that my hair is so carefree. I don't really have to take too much time to do it in the mornings. It's simple. So a combination of those 4 things really prompted me to want to lock my hair. Now, if the question was, why did I decide to do micro locks versus sister locks? I mean, I guess I kind of answered that. I was very spontaneous with installing my locks. And I was not about to pay nobody thousands of dollars to do my own hair when I know that I can do it myself. So the next question is, how do you keep your ends curly? I don't know why y'all think it's a science to it. I don't put anything on my ends. No products except for water and shampoo. That is it. This is just the natural curl pattern that I have. This is just what my hair does, and your hair would do it too, okay? Your hair would do it too. Now, am I leaving it curly? I don't think so. I actually want everything to lock up. So I have a lot of budding right now, but I do want my ends to lock up. I don't want them to stay curly whatsoever. So yes, there's no science to it. I don't put any products to, you know, keep my ends curly. I do want them to lock up, so I am leaving them alone and letting them do what they do. Who did your locks and how long did it take? That's probably the #1 question that I get across my social media, because a lot of people see reposts of my photos and they haven't necessarily been following me. So I get that question all of the time. Yes, I did everything myself, and as I said earlier, it took me approximately 20 hours to install. How did you decide on the rotation, and are you still using the 4-point rotation? So y'all, when I tell y'all I did no research, I really did no research. I did watch a couple of videos of ladies that had type 4 hair and they used a 4-point rotation. So I was like, okay, so there's a 2, 3, and a 4-point rotation. So it makes sense to use the 4-point rotation because it could prevent some slippage from happening or some unraveling from happening. Y'all, I was 100% incorrect and totally ignorant to it all, okay? So that's initially why I did the 4-point rotation. I didn't research the different rotations and how they make your hair and the way the turnout of your locks look. But I soon found out that what the differences are between all of the rotations and which one I would like to use. So I started off with the 4-point rotation. This last retie, I actually did the 2-point rotation. So going forward, I am now using the 2-point rotation. Why, you ask? Because the 2-point rotation allows your locks to really have volume. So whereas the 4-point rotation, it gives you really, really tight, skinny locks, like sister locks. But the 2-point rotation allows your hair to expand a little bit more, and it gives your locks a lot more volume. So I want volume in my locks. I don't necessarily want them to be super skinny. I do want them to expand, and I do want you know, volume, because I like volume. So that's why I decided to do the 2-point rotation, just to give my locks, I like the softer look in the locks. I don't want it to be so tightly locked, you know. I like the softer look, so we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna give you guys an example of how I would love my locks to look. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Green Thoughts, but she's a YouTuber here. She has recently cut off her locks, you guys. Oh my god, her locks were beautiful. Now she has sister locks, and you know, her sister locks, and the way that her hair looked, I think, was due to some bunching. So she had, you know, her locks were really full and really thick at the ends, and I love that look. And I was like, oh my god, if my locks could look like that, because the volume that she got was beautiful. But her locks were beautiful, even though all of the bunching caused them to look thicker than normal sister locks would. So anyway, I'm rambling on that question, moving on. Alright, so I got the question, what happens if you just let them grow out for 2 months without retying them? So now I did a little experiment before this last retie. I let my hair go for about 7 weeks without a retie, because I wanted to see the rate in which my hair grows, to see if I could, you know, wait it out a little bit longer, or if I need to do my reties a little bit shorter within the month. So I did 7 weeks, almost 2 months. And I feel like that was an okay amount of time. I'm thinking between 5 to 6 to 7 weeks, you know, anywhere between there would be good, because it's a good amount of new growth. But when I went to retie my hair this time, there was some locks that were combining, and I had to actually use my scissors to cut them. So I'm thinking, you know, between 5 and 7, no longer than that though. I don't think 2 months would be good for me. I had a lot, probably this whole tip of my finger was new growth. But yeah, I don't think I will go 2 months. I think between 5 and 7 weeks would be good for me. And that works for me because I really take my time when I do my reties. Sometimes I can do it in a weekend. Sometimes I'll do it across a couple of weeks. So yeah. Next question is, do you miss your loose hair? Oh, y'all. I have to say that I do not miss my loose natural hair. I just don't. The great thing about my locks is that they're really small, they're really thin, and I can do pretty much the same things that I can do to my loose natural hair, with the exception, of course, of straightening my hair or whatever. But no, I do not miss my loose natural hair. I haven't missed it yet. All right, so what products do you use in your hair? So, you guys, I have recently changed something. First of all, the only main product that I'm using is the Daily Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo. I use that to wash my hair, and I wash my hair every 2 weeks. Now, I was at first going every month, but I have since changed, and now I'm doing every 2 weeks, okay? After I do my retie, I have to use an oil because my head itches. And it's right after I do my retie. So let me tell you that process. So after I do my retie, I take tea tree oil and I put a little on the balls of my finger, and I just massage it into my scalp. And I don't itch anymore. I don't itch anymore. It's crazy. That is it. That's all. I don't use anything else on my hair. And if you want information on the tea tree oil and the shampoo, please check down below. I will have them listed. They'll always be listed in the description box. All right, and this last question is, I get a lot of questions about thinning. Do your locks cause your hair to thin? So, I am new in the lock game, so I can't really even answer that question yet. I may be able to answer that question later on down in my lock journey, especially when they mature, so we'll see. Oh, you guys, another question that I get is, how many locks do I have? So, I started off with 580 locks, okay? That's 580 two-strand twists. I combined a couple, went down to 576. Now, during my retie, I use this little paper to calculate how many I combined. And I combined 18 locks. So I believe I have now a total of 558 locks. But let me do a calculation. 576 minus 18. Yes, I have a total of 558 locks. Now, why did I combine some? Because some of them were a little too thin for my liking. And like I said, I want volume. I want my locks to spread. I want them to just look so volume, to get thicker. So I didn't like how thin they were. And then I started off with the 4-point rotation. So I really didn't see much expansion in my locks. But I know that will come, but as of right now, yeah, so I had to combine a couple just to make myself feel better. So here is an example of 2 locks that I combined, and as you can see, okay, so I 2-strand twisted the locks together, and then I interlocked the roots. All right, so you can imagine how small they were when they weren't combined, right? And I just didn't feel comfortable with it, so I combined them. All right, you guys, so that is the end of this video. Now I'm gonna give you guys a 360 of my hair just to show you what we're looking like at 5 months. Alright, you guys, so that is it for this video. If you guys have any questions that I did not answer in this video, definitely post them down below in the comment section. Oh, check the description box for all of the products I'm currently using, as well as the YouTube channels of Just Adria and Green Thoughts. And as always, I'll talk to you guys down below in the comment section. Bye!